Hi, I'm Padre.
That's not... Well done, Emmanuel. Welcome back, everybody, to Philosophy Hour.
Yeah, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, and I just want to say Padre was supposed to say, and I'm Emmanuel. Would have been a bit, but you know.
Would have been a bit if I was made aware of the bit.
You should have just gone with it. It's called improv.
We are in the improv room. We are still homeless.
Yes, we're nomads on the...
We're chilling in the green room right now where you look around, it's
it isn't green.
It's kind of blue and purple.
Yeah, and they painted it recently. It wasn't green before then either. It
used to be white.
And it had blue lockers.
Oh yeah, it did. I forgot about those. Yeah. And as some of you may have noticed,
congrats to the team. But
we're missing someone.
Yeah, Patrick Garner.
Garner, you know, he really saved the show.
Yeah, last night he
stole the show for like 20 minutes.
Honestly. And right now he's doing homework, so he says.
So he says. Also, Mr. Page. Do you remember Mr. Page?
Who?
Yeah.
Literally who?
Apparently he faked his death and fled to Mexico.
Whoa.
And we're kind of ruining his whole plan.
Yeah, oops.
He fled to Mexico along with a bunch of seniors under the guise of a senior project. I don't know what that is.
Push. The senior project, more like senior skip month for the entirety of January.
You tell him, Emmanuel.
Yeah, I'm exposing...
Apparently Honduras is experiencing an insurrection. Like, what?
Yeah.
Come on.
It's totally obviously not.
But I think dance is finishing up right now. Can you hear them?
I think one of the classes. They have two classes, so one would be...
Oh, Steven says he has dance. I wonder if you can go grab him.
Oh my gosh.
Steven Policonis, our biggest fan.
Stepo, let's see.
Okay, I'll just stay alone with the audience for a little bit.
Give me a second.
Just be quick. You know, now that the two of us have a chance to talk, I have no idea what I'm doing. This is a lot harder than having someone else to bounce off of. The plan is, unless Steven shows up, even if Steven shows up, the plan is that we're going to call Mr. Page, because I have his phone number, and maybe not tell him that he's being recorded. Is Steven there?
Everything that you're saying is being recorded.
Is Steven there?
Steven is not there.
Was anyone there?
Antoine was there.
Why'd
Shout
you
out
get
to
Antoine?
Antoine because it's his birthday. No, he has to get ready for play practice. He's in the play.
Oh, are they coming in here?
No.
Did you ask him?
No. They're just getting ready. I don't think they would come here.
Go ask him.
Oh my gosh, Padre.
Go ask him.
They won't come in here.
It's like, I know it'll sound bad, but like if they are coming in here, I'll just delete this recording anyway, so. Do you get it? Wow. Really fun stuff. Apparently, we might be trespassing in an area where we shouldn't be, where play practice might be coming in. I don't know. If they're not, we'll stay in here. If they are, I'm about to delete this recording. They're not coming in here?
They're not. Cry me, Padre. Your hysteria is worse than my dad when he drinks coffee.
What? Okay, no, we have to explore this rabbit hole now. What?
My dad just gets like really paranoid when he drinks coffee.
About what? Like someone stealing his coffee? Just everything?
No, just everything. Like, when he has to wake up to go to work, he's like, whoa. Like, what? Is it time to go to work? No, it's not. Like, half an hour, Dad. That's just how it goes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's fun fact about my dad.
Does your dad listen to this?
Just like my mom. Yeah, they listen together.
Do they? That's actually like kind of nice if they do, because my parents don't. Not unless I make them.
Yeah.
My mom's always like, oh, you know, I mean, do they have to be an hour? And to be fair, that's a long time, but to be fair, I'm also your kid, so...
Yeah, so you're obligated to do this.
Along with... I figured you loved me, but...
$16,000. Come on, Mom. This is where your 16K goes. Come on.
Okay, before we do anything else...
Yeah.
And before this gets even more boring...
Oh yeah, what I was going to say is that...
For Steven. Poor Steven.
Steven might be able to come on, because they're going to be done at 4:30.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, and his dance... Usually it's like one dance class gets done at 4, the other gets done at 4:30. Because they need like their own half-hour time So I don't know if his is going to be 4:30 or his is going to be 4. But all I know is that within that time frame, Steven's going to be available. Because play practice starts at 4:30 anyway. So everyone's going to be done by then. So at the very latest, 4:30.
Well, he might leave right after.
That is also, he could,
play.
well, we'll see.
We'll see. But right now, we're going to call Mr. Page.
Ho, ho, ho.
And
Special guest appearance, Mr. Potter Page.
special guest appearance on the phone. Like
Padre Page.
He's been here in person before. All right. He might be busy. I don't know. Let's put it on speaker.
We'll find out.
It's not me. There it goes. There it is.
That's
We're still here. Don't worry.
We are live.
He answered this.
Hi, hello?
Hello, Mr. Page.
Hey, I'm sorry, who's this?
This is Podrick. You still don't have my contact. We're
Oh,
Are you busy right now? I don't want to interrupt anything.
remember, I'm in Mexico.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay, you were gonna, stream or whatever anyway?
Not for very long, because this is very low quality. But yes, we are recording right now, and we wanted to bring you in for a second.
Hi, Mr. Page.
Yeah, Manuel's here.
I'm not Emmanuel, I'm Max.
I think it's best not to do that. I'm, running on 1 hour of sleep, so I don't know how much I could contribute.
What?
Thank you, I'm honored, to be considered.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll never forget this. Goodbye. Mr. Page, ladies and gentlemen.
Why did you hang up like?
Well, I didn't want to give him a chance to explain it. Do you want me to call him back?
No. Why is this?
You're laughing? Clearly it was working.
You're so abruptly. I don't know. Okay, forget it.
I'm very good at ending phone calls.
I can tell.
I'll be a salesman someday.
Surely you will.
All right.
Now that we have that out of the way,
Let's get in the nitty gritty. Let's get in the...
the ever so nitty gritty.
Yeah. Truly, Mr. Page is going to have questions for me when he gets back in a week.
After he catches up on sleep.
Yeah.
You know, I'm surprised he actually answered.
You know, when I first called him, when I was sitting 2 feet away from him,
Oh yeah.
I figured he would ignore it. Because he was talking to a student.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, sorry, I have to take this."
That's rich.
Like, I'm not more important than your students, Mr. Page. I was very flattered.
Maybe he
But,
does. Maybe he knows that as members of the Legion of the podcast, we have our own level of importance in his life.
I think we are, at this point, more important to him than his family.
I can concur with that. That's
I think he would agree, and I know he's not here to say whether he agrees or not.
yeah.
But I think it's in everyone's best interest if we all from here on out just act like that, without talking.
I have no problems with that sentiment. I find that to be completely sound and completely justified. So I say we go with that.
I'm glad we are in agreement. I'm glad we're still on the same wavelength here after so long.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we recorded last. I don't even remember what episode this is.
I'm sorry we didn't get to do a Christmas special.
You know, I'm sorry too, Emmanuel. We just had to watch Star Wars. Anyway, let's
We should review Star Wars.
You want to debate Star Wars?
No.
I don't know how many people have seen it yet. Like, it's been out for a little while now.
Yeah, not even a month though. Do non-spoilers.
No, non-spoilers reviews are. I will. Let's say
Dan Steven.
not do that. But if we are really hurting for something to talk about, maybe we can discuss it a little bit.
Okay.
Are you fine with that, or do you want to discuss?
No, that's cool. That's cool.
All right. So right now I'm looking at something. Some Oregonians in panic mode after a law allowing motorists to pump their own gas takes effect. So apparently, before today or before this week or whatever, in Oregon, you weren't allowed to pump your own gas.
Wait, you weren't allowed, or you didn't?
I think you weren't allowed, and like someone who works at the gas station would have to come up to you and pump the gas for you.
I've seen that in commercials. I've even seen it in this game. It was this BP game where you played as this gas station guy who like had to attend to
That sounds like a
people.
lot of fun. Just having a job,
It was fun.
minimum wage job.
I enjoyed it. Anyway, I've never seen that in real life. I've never been to an actual gas station where they had someone do all those things for you. Which, I mean, it'd be cool to see, but I think, I don't know, I think that kind of job is kind of, or that portion of the job anyway.
I opened the article for a second, and there was a video in there, and it didn't play, but, you know,
no.
if something else starts making noise on this iPad,
Yeah,
it'll stop the recording, so,
Yeah.
hey. Checks.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and not open the article, and we're just gonna assume, based on, no evidence, then we're gonna make a ton of assumptions, because that's a totally legitimate thing to do
Could you pull up?
in any field of academics.
Wait, what's it called? Whatever.
Just,
never mind.
it's
let's just go with it. So yes, we're going to assume that, and so yeah, I've seen it in media and stuff, but I I've never seen that in real life. So I think they're outraged by it.
They're in panic mode, apparently.
On panic mode,
Which is probably an exaggeration, but since I'm
Yeah.
not gonna risk opening the article,
yeah.
let's just pretend that all of Oregon is actually freaking out right now.
Let's just
and, like,
highball everything.
buildings are on fire right now because these people don't know how to pump their own gas, and now that they are pumping their own gas, they're getting it everywhere, and buildings are on fire.
That makes sense. I think that I can concur with that sentiment.
You concur?
So I concur, good sir. So anyway, I think I think forcing people to, okay, I think it should just be optional. If you really want that much service for your car and to not do it yourself, then sure, you should probably pay extra for that, as like opposed to just like pumping the gas yourself.
Okay.
But so have these people like never left Oregon?
I don't know.
There has to at least been like one gas station that they've been to in their life.
I think we can infer from this
Yes.
article and how much they're freaking out that there is also a law that prevents anyone in Oregon from leaving Oregon ever. You go to Oregon and you're just trapped there, and
I can concur.
it's like they do that on purpose
Yeah.
because Oregon sounds so amazing until you're
Yeah.
there and then you can't leave.
Because people presume it's like an organ in the body.
I thought you were about to make an Oregon Trail reference, but that works too.
Oh, that would have made that makes a lot more sense. People are romanticized by the idea of the Oregon Trail, so they think that when they visit Oregon, it'll be, I don't know.
Yeah.
The Oregon Trail was kind of rough though, wasn't it?
It was a rough game.
Oh yeah.
It was also a real thing.
Yeah.
I was thinking about the game
I think that's the real thing.
and how many times I died of dysentery.
Classic.
Classic project.
That's
Okay.
Dying
Well,
of dysentery. What a guy.
Let's take let's put our philosophy hats on. Except we don't wear hats because we have a philosophical disagreement with hats.
That is true.
But let's put our metaphorical philosophical hats on. Let's think about this. Should it be okay to treat people like children in this way, and that like you have to have someone who works there? Like what kind of dynamic in our society are we creating when people cannot pump their own gas?
Yeah, that's not too good. I think like above all, you should always have the choice to do it. I don't think anyone should be forced into that kind of thing.
Into what?
Like having someone take care of your gas for you.
Yeah,
I think it should be optional service.
I pump my own gas.
Yeah, my gas is mine. It's my gas, and I want it now.
Except for at Quick Trips, because I spilled gas everywhere one time.
Really?
They don't let me there anymore. No, I don't own a
Okay.
car.
Yeah, I was gonna. Okay, well anyway, but yeah, I just think that's a pretty dumb. What's the word? When a company thing.
Yeah, but like think about this. Up until this point,
Yeah.
gas station attendants were like kings, because they controlled. They're like everyone needed them. They were like they were like kings. I already said that.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm repeating myself.
Yeah.
I'm a little tired.
You're a little tired.
But like imagine a society like that. Let's roll with this for a second. Just bear with me. No one's like actually listening to this, so we can do whatever we want. Sorry,
Sure.
Steven.
Wait. Steven!
Oh, don't get people to come in here. No one's answering.
Wait.
Steven's dead.
One of the dance classes is over.
Yeah, evidently. Do you want to go down there?
If it's dance 1, then Steven will be there. I'll be speedy.
Okay, Patrick will take the reins yet again. We might be getting a third person. Steven. This is great. Steven's the only one who listens to this, but Steven's going to be on this, so he's going to be listening to himself, and then I'll get to call him a narcissist for the rest of the year. That would be great, because I also listen to these myself.
It really wasn't.
What?
As a matter of fact, it was not.
Was anyone in there? Was anyone in there?
It was the dance 2 class. I saw Anthony Gardner in there.
Oh.
And some other kid.
And
not Steven. Steven, we're sorry.
Steven...
If you're listening to this, it's all your fault. Okay.
It is all your fault, Steven. I never want to talk to you again. No, I'm just kidding.
Sorry, come back. Please don't stop listening. Okay.
Okay, let me...
Back on Oregon GAC. Okay, what were you talking about when I was gone?
Wow, some of these comments are insane.
Yeah.
Tanner Dowling says, I saw some screen grabs on Twitter today of some people violently complaining that the fumes would be hazardous for them to breathe while they pumped gas and should be handled by a qualified person, aka the pump attendant. You know, the person working for minimum wage.
Flick Web.
That could be, do you hear that? Of course you hear that. I don't think it's Steven.
Bang! I actually don't. I think that's Sam Pottinger.
Oh, I was like, was it Mr. McKernan? Because he does that sometimes. He'll make trumpet noises.
That's interesting. Okay, no more checking the door.
Not until the door checks you.
Yeah?
Whoa, up top.
That's deep. Philosophy.
Philosophy hour, everybody.
Yeah.
This really is interesting, how upset people get.
Yeah, I was actually, okay, I thought we were like exaggerating, but apparently I don't think we were like, I mean, obviously.
I don't think we were too far off.
Yeah, that's what I say, like.
I think Oregon actually is about to crumble. I think the state government is about to fall.
I love how they said dangerous fumes, like qualified professionals. I've seen like.
This is the power that pump attendants had. I think it was.
You're actually right.
We need to have a debate here, so one of us has to pick whether we're for this or against this.
I don't want to be. Okay, fine. I'll play devil's advocate. That's right. Satanism's back.
I can
So-
play devil's advocate if you don't want to.
I actually don't care.
I'll play devil's advocate.
Okay, you want to play? Okay, then I'm doing devil's advocate now.
No, like I'll say this is a bad.
no, this is
I'll
okay.
say.
I'll say it's bad.
Dang.
You want to be the bad guy?
Yes.
Okay, fine. See?
I will
so you
say.
wanted to.
I will argue
Argue.
that we need to keep the common man from pumping his own gas. How about that?
Go for it.
The pump attendants are incredibly smart. They're just
Okay.
better than all of us.
Right.
We need to put them in charge. I say not only let them pump our gas,
Okay.
let them, what else is something,
They just pump gas.
trailing off here.
If it's anything like that BP game, they serve people food too.
Yeah, let them chew our food for us, like
Ah.
birds.
Right.
Let them into our homes,
Oh.
let them build our homes, and then let
Oh.
them live in our homes.
That's fair.
Because we don't know how to live in our own homes, and we have to have them do it for us. Let them have all our money, because they know how to spend it, and we do not.
That is also fair.
Let them do our jobs.
Okay.
Actually, no.
No?
No, make us do our jobs, but give them all the money.
Oh.
Just the pump attendants. Anyone who becomes a pump attendant is like the richest man in Oregon, as they should be, because they work hard. Emmanuel, what do you say to this? Who is that? That's Steven. Did he just send you that?
You just sent me that like 31 seconds ago.
Is he still in dance?
Maybe.
Maybe he could argue against me because you won't.
But you didn't even give me the second two. Okay, now I'll argue. Okay, what do you say? So they should do it. Okay, what are the qualifications for becoming a pump attendant that makes them so qualified that they're the only people in the entirety of Oregon that can do the job?
Really? Small hands. Also, you don't know the sacrifices they make, Emmanuel.
I don't.
They have to surgically close their nostrils so that the fumes don't poison them. They have to be mouth breathers.
Okay, I think if that's how dangerous the fumes are in Oregon, that's more of an Oregon problem because.
Well, guess what? We're discussing Oregon, so I think it's fair game, Emmanuel.
All
That's how
right.
bad the fumes are in Oregon.
So I guess so long as we're on, then that's a state, or not state, I mean, well, yeah.
Oregon is a state.
Yeah, I know, I'm thinking like, okay, well, anyway, that would have to be, what causes the fumes? The fumes come from what, the natural, is it like, so if it's coming from the gasoline, then
Do you think you know Oregon, Emmanuel?
apparently I don't think I've never
I don't
been
think
there.
you know anything about Oregon.
I actually don't, I really don't. I like, only know its location on a map.
I know the worst video game I've ever played is set in Oregon, but I'm not going to go into that because
Is it, like, Road to Hell?
no, it's a game people like really. But let's stay on this. Let's stay on this.
I don't know, I'm curious, just tell me what it is.
Life is Strange. I hate that game.
Yeah, okay,
Um,
never mind, alright, go.
But
Go
let's
on.
stay with this. Let's stay with this.
Let's stay with this.
You know what? You know what?
Do I?
Those people. Let me use this. Let me go with this. Life is Strange.
Oh boy.
I think those characters,
Right?
with how stupid everyone in that game
That makes sense.
is very representative of the average Oregon person, Oregoner, Oregonese. And no chance would they be able to pump their own gas without getting themselves killed.
From what I've seen of that game, I'm gonna have to agree. And I can't think of an argument that could top
You've
this.
never You submit.
I submit, I'm sorry.
After I made you argue this point, you submit.
No,
Project wins again.
Okay, seriously though. You wins again, excuse you? Last
Wins
time I checked, we
wins
were
Again.
again. What's the first time like
I
playing-
won against Mr. Page with the Christmas music thing.
Okay, we are on the same side for that though.
I never said Emmanuel loses again. I said Project wins again.
Okay.
Stop thinking so one-sided, Emmanuel.
Okay.
Now you lose again, and I win a third time, okay? Now you lose again. You brought that on yourself.
I brought that up on myself. But in all seriousness, that game is. I feel like that game would be insulting to the average Oregon.
I think so too.
Organian. Organic.
Organic. I like that. Organic.
The-
Emmanuel. Hey! Steven, come over here.
Well. So,
Guess what? The one person who listens to the show is on the show. So now no one's going to listen to the show.
This is the problem. I'll listen to the first part.
We're discussing whether people in Oregon should be allowed to pump their own gas.
right.
What are your
I saw
thoughts?
something on Reddit about this.
Yeah, I
Probably
think
so.
they should not.
And I think they should because apparently like it's now not possible for people to pump their gas for others, and people have to do it themselves, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, people have to pump their own gas, and everyone's mad about that.
Yeah,
And
it's putting all the gas pumpers, like they had, there was plenty of like thousands of jobs of people who just pumped gas.
Right.
Because it was illegal to pump your own gas.
Yeah.
And so now that it's not illegal,
Here's great. Do the people who pump the gas get to pump their own gas when they're the ones getting gas?
Whoa.
meta.
Like, what if they work at that gas station? I think that's just one of the perks that you get for taking such a dangerous job of pumping
Okay.
other people's gas.
Podrick said that gas pump attendants are kings. In Oregon, I'm actually beginning to agree with him
Yeah.
because if it's illegal for anyone else to do it, you have a monopoly right there.
You have the power, Stephen, and I think they deserve it.
Because Podrick
Please
says that.
disagree, because this is getting very one-sided.
Yeah,
It's hard for me to
yeah.
continue this conversation without someone disagreeing with me.
Yeah.
I disagree, but I'm gonna give no reasons why.
Hey, we called Mr. Page earlier.
Yeah, we did.
I hung up on him.
Very abruptly.
He said he was running on an hour of sleep and he shouldn't stay on the phone before he says something he regrets. And I was like, you know what? There's a good chance that we should wait for Steven before we do this. But no, because I'm not patient. And I can't call him back because he wouldn't answer because he
Aw.
recognizes my number now.
It's blocked.
I could give it.
Burn a phone. Burn a phone.
I could give someone else. Yeah.
Yeah, we could work around it.
Anyway, back to the Oregon thing.
Right, the Oregon Trail.
I think Mr. Page was smart to go to Mexico because
carnage.
he's getting as far away from Oregon as he can.
Honestly,
Oregon's great. They have the show Grimm, and they have Gravity Falls.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, that's about it.
That's the only good
They
thing
have
about
two shows.
Yeah, two
Both-
shows.
Both of them are finished.
And you know what? I've never seen anyone pump their own gas in either of their shows. To be fair, I don't know what Grimm is. But
It's a show. Actually, the main character is SLUH alumni.
cool.
Expecting that, were you?
I missed
guess
everything. I had to close the door. Say it all again.
How did he graduate? if this is the type of guy who would move to Oregon, how did he graduate?
Wait,
Because he
who?
must have been pretty stupid.
The main character of Grimm, he's SLUH alum. So it was like a 7-season show. It was good. It was just
Yeah, my old English teacher from grade school liked that show.
Yeah, I know a lot of people actually.
We are going way up.
Yeah, we're going. Yeah,
I love
we're
it.
way off
Okay,
topic.
okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Oregon.
About how
Oregonese
everyone in
people-
Oregon is just inferior to us in every way.
I
I've been-
love the people who are complaining about having to pump their own gas. It's like it's
No,
not hard.
You should have seen what was that one comment by that one guy? He was like, "We need trained
That's
professionals
Yeah,
for
we need
these
professionals.
No.
to take care of these toxic fumes from when they." Yeah, I mean,
This is like having a servant and then like you suddenly lose your servant and you don't know how to do anything at
Yeah.
all. Like
Servants
it's
of the
this one
people?
specific.
Except
kings of
when you
people.
let the servants have as much power as those pump attendants did. Do they serve you,
I
or
think
do you serve them?
it'd be the ultimate illusion.
Illuminati confirmed.
Precisely.
Uh,
So, what's the consensus on this, fellas? Let's.
I think they need to keep the pumping laws. I think.
If
the
people are gonna
people of
act
Like
like
there's an industry for it and people are complaining when it's removed. I think they should keep it. Yeah.
Stop approaching this from a logical angle.
Oregon-
I'm sorry. I'm too logical for this show.
Yeah, stop. um,
have you seen Gravity Falls? You have to throw logic at it. I love that show. It was a
yeah,
good
you
show.
do. Did you see that guy's hat? It was totally crazy.
Yeah,
had
it
a
was.
little thread on it.
It was
What's
nuts.
going on with that?
It was nuts. It was crazy. Okay, what I say is that it shouldn't be illegal to pump your own gas, but oh, look at the time. It's 4:20.
And
Anyway.
because this is a school podcast, we are not legally allowed to make any reference to that.
Yeah, bleep that out.
Bleep it out.
Anyway,
We'll edit it later.
anyway,
Everything sounds better when you start bleeping out words with no reason.
just every fourth word. Just,
What a.
buddy.
Did you make an iCarly reference just now?
Was that an iCarly reference?
Every fourth word?
Did they actually do that on iCarly? Did they?
They didn't bleep every fourth word. I have no idea why I remember this because this is from like 10 years ago.
That's so
Yeah, that
oddly
show's
specific.
so-
I have a really weird memory, but it was like they were trapped in someone's basement and they sent someone else a video and they said, oh, we celebrate 4th of July. Every fourth word, and then so they got the guy to go back and listen to every fourth word they said, and it was like a plea for help. What are you talking?
He's not talking
I'm
about-
whispering.
He's not talking about anything.
This is a conversation we're having in private on a podcast.
Could you not talk while the instructor is talking?
The instructor.
You're the instructor.
So that's your title now?
I don't know, but it just yeah.
We're trying to find dumb news so we can find something else to talk
I
about.
was looking for Yahoo Answers questions, but they reformatted and I couldn't find
dare
it.
How dare they indeed?
I can start looking again now.
How dare they do something they have all the legal rights to do?
No, it mildly inconveniences me, Steven. That's not okay.
Mild inconvenience. Panera
Gosh,
Bread.
what am I gonna
Say
have
what
to-
you want.
Wait.
Cafe
Let
in
me
Missouri.
say my piece on this these organs.
Origamis.
Yeah, origami. That's all. Anyway,
Yeah, all right.
it shouldn't be illegal to pump your own gas. They should have a license to pump gas. Boom.
And that license is your driver's license. No.
No, that's
No,
Yeah.
I'm arguing against this.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Yeah. Checkmate. Boom.
Emmanuel
Victory
loses
for
again.
the E.
Wait, what?
I decide, coincidentally, one of the people who wants to win decides who wins and loses, and that's me. And I
That
also
sounds
decided
that
that's
sounds
the rule.
nonpartisan.
Because
That
I'm the
doesn't
one.
make me stroke my chin at all.
Because I'm the one whose iPad we're using to record this.
No, it's Patrick. He's stroking his ego, not.
And I could. What'd you just call me?
I didn't call you anything. He said stroking chin, and I just said stroking ego.
Says talk about not stroke.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
There was a blog post about the intolerance of intolerance creating an ethical dilemma, but that actually sounds like
What?
That sounds like solid. Like
that sounds
something
like actual philosophy.
Yeah.
I don't like this. What is this?
And I
This
am
is a-
scared of that.
Stay away.
Let's go to society and culture. Let's see what pops up. See, now, what happens is
You don't get the fun stuff.
I'm going to start reading these questions out loud as I read them, and then halfway through the question, I'm going to realize that it's not something I'd be allowed to say on a school podcast,
And then
and I'd have to stop abruptly.
And then you have to bleep it out.
Yeah. There's a lot of religion in this.
Oh.
So I'm going to back away from that category.
That scares me.
Better safe than.
Let's go to social science.
Banned.
Keep talking about this Oregon thing. Let's keep this train going.
So anyway, license to pump gas. That'll solve all the problems. And you have to be at least 2 years old to get one.
And it's not a
Boom.
driver's license.
And it's not a driver's license. And it has no correlation to driver's license or driver education at all.
And it can't just be a regular ID. It has
And
to
yeah,
actually-
it's not a regular ID. You have to go through a test for it. It has to be super extensive. You have to go to 2 years of school for it.
I'm sorry,
to
did
go
you
through-
say you have to be 2 years old for this?
Did I?
Wait.
I feel like I heard this.
What?
I feel like I heard that along the
Hmm?
lines.
You had to
The
be 2
first-
years old for what? I'm sorry.
Uh,
Reading
license.
Yahoo questions and determining.
To get a license to pump gas.
Yeah?
Because a 2-year-old can do it. If they have stilts.
Ha ha.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, everyone in Oregon is the mental equivalent of a 1-year-old.
The people
Patrick wins again.
no, the people in Oregon are the people who couldn't make it all the way through the Oregon Trail and just were like, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
It was the
They
Oregon-
weren't even close to the gold rush, and they were like,
Whatever.
They just gave up. Boom.
Too much.
Let's call it
Too much
school.
effort.
yeah.
And that's how Oregon was founded. I feel like one guy from Oregon is gonna see this, and he's gonna be very, very offended.
No.
And he's
one
gonna-
from
and he's
Oregon
gonna
watches
be-
this
And
video.
he's gonna be He's gonna very
Yeah, our
intensely
entire Oregon
defend.
fan base is gonna leave us after this.
Man,
after
we
this
lost
episode.
zero
I'm
subscribers.
talking about a guy who just stumbles upon it and gets he finds war on Missouri.
Why would you stumble?
I don't know. Have you never
Wait.
stumbled upon something random or
Not
odd?
this obscure.
Wait, I
Yeah,
am
try.
confused again because I'm still reading this question. It's a long one.
Okay, you need to just read the question.
I'll read the question.
One
I'll
or the
stop.
other.
I'll stop jumping into the conversation. I'm sorry. Keep going.
So
Oh.
anyway, don't jump in. Anyway, yeah, Oregonese people are.
Wait, this is an Asian group now. Oregonese.
I'm pretty sure it's Oregamin.
Orgamin. I think it's Orgamin sounds good.
Or is Guli.
Or Schoolie.
You're not a Hindu Brahmin. You're an Oregamin.
Or Swazi.
Oh my gosh, no.
The Oregon.
Anyway, pumping license. Make it happen. Oregon police, governor, the kingdom of Oregon, Oregon High.
You're our official newsreader besides Patrick.
Okay. I found something.
I found something.
Well.
This is awkward.
I guess we'll just have to
we're
Just
gonna
read
have
at
to
the
fight
same
each other
time.
to the death.
Right. That's a good idea.
There we
Steven.
go. Let's do that.
What's your thing? Let me read.
Panera Bread Pay What You Want Cafe in Missouri is to close. Now, I've heard about this place. I've never actually been there. My brother told me about it. But you just get to they let you take your bread and you have to donate. I mean, you don't have to donate something, but you can
we
donate
just
something.
not pay anything?
Yeah, you can. That's how it is. And
I'd imagine that's what everyone did.
That's probably why it's closing.
I
Yeah.
mean, okay.
Case closed.
No, let's look. Ron
Bread
Shade
Oh no.
told the St. Louis Post-Dispatch that the St. Louis Bread Co. Cares Community Cafe in Clayton. Cafe in Clayton. That's a lot of C's. That's 4 C's. That's 5 C's. Anyway,
Keep
I'm going to
going.
say it again because I don't think everyone
Could we
heard that it has
just-
5 C's.
There's a reason I read the articles on the show.
St. Louis Bread Co. Cares Community Cafe in Clayton. That's nice. That is some fine alliteration. Missouri is closing today. It's closing Tuesday. Is this Tuesday yesterday or 2 days ago? Whatever.
Would you just read?
Anyway, because it was on a month-to-month lease and the store would have required a big investment. St. Louis Bread Co. is part of St. Louis-based Panera, which operates 2,000 bakery cafes. The nature of the economic did not make sense. Shage said. I'm sorry.
Wow, that's some English.
English, yeah. It's words. Just like
Kavanaugh's
poetry.
taught us well.
Anyway,
Words.
the cafe opened in 2010, and 7 years since,
We should have-
500,000 meals.
We
We
should have an
loved it.
episode.
So basically, the economics were bad
Because people weren't paying. They were just gaming the system.
But
It
it
was
was-
shocking.
You're not really gaming the system if the system is
the
openly
system-
allowing you to do that.
the
That's
system is
true.
gaming you because you feel bad.
It's not like it's a glitch in a video game. It's just an actual game mechanic.
It's not like a glitch in a video game. It's like opening the video game console and activating God mode. And then just
That's so accurate.
yeah, man,
Optional God mode.
Click. I'm the best at this game.
We should have an episode where just for an hour we say the word over and over again.
Word. Oh my gosh.
That would, oh my gosh.
Anyway.
It would devolve so much.
I have a Yahoo answer. We read that article, and I feel bad and I would feel bad if we just immediately jumped to something else without discussing it for at least a little bit. We've only been recording for half an hour.
Really?
Yeah. So Steven,
Here, bud.
you weren't here for all of that?
I was not.
So I guess he'll at least watch the first part.
I'll watch
Right?
the first like 10 minutes.
You have to watch the rest of it. To
I'll watch
see.
the whole. I'll be cringing at myself the whole time. Don't worry.
They have
Just
to
listening to your own voice.
No one likes to listen to their own voice. It's just like,
gotten slightly used to it after starting this show.
yeah, I think I've become more or less indifferent to it.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Let's talk about this Panera Bread. I mean, Bread Co. I mean,
Panera Bread Co.
I don't have a clever comment on that.
there was a pause. Okay, anyway, so yeah.
the door is over there, Steven. If you don't have any clever, I'm just kidding. But no, go.
Clever Comment Consortium Club commemorates cooperation concluding companies.
Carrots.
Concluding carrot companies,
Carrot cake companies.
carrot cake companies colliding.
Quickly.
Colluding.
You know what? Wait, what's colluding?
Collusion.
Like collusion with Russia.
Collision. Colliding.
Whatever, it's over.
Physically throwing Panera Breads at the Russian mainland. Like bombs. Just big.
Wait, the bread or the store? Like
The
Panera
building.
Bread's like.
The Panera Bread stores.
That's what I meant. What did you think I meant?
Giant loaves of bread.
No, I meant the buildings.
Well, excuse me. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Except it doesn't.
Yeah,
it
I was gonna
does.
say, I'm like, does it?
I
really
think it does.
Anyway, okay, Patrick, what's
Yeah,
your...
let's go to the new topic.
What am I thinking about this Panera Bread story that I
Yeah.
kind of ignored half of?
Give your 2 cents.
My 2 cents? I wouldn't give my 2 cents at this store. I'd give nothing. Which
Okay.
is why it's closing.
So
Okay, cool
bad.
guy. Okay, cool guy. Okay, but
This is how you make the big bucks. It's not how you make the big bucks. It's how you make nothing.
Non-perform.
it was to help the
Not for
community.
profit,
I think it was a good thing, but they're going
Did all the
month
money
to
they
month,
make-
lease to lease.
Did all the money they
Okay,
make?
obviously there are people who paid. I mean, not
Don't
everything was
Not
completely free.
everyone's a scumbag. Or can't pay.
Yeah.
2 people. There's only 2 people who do that.
Only
really.
two, only two. Only
Yeah,
two
but all it takes is for those 2 people to.
It's just the
get
2
5
same
things a
guys.
day.
The 2 same guys who go every day.
Yeah.
And they just take like half the store's supply of bread. They're just like, thanks, I need this. And
I'm
then-
gonna go feed kids, and by kids I mean me, because I'm being very childish.
I feel so bad for the
Oh.
employees who just watch that and just silent.
They're getting paid. The only reason.
It's like, it's a horrible.
It's just the company
It's
that's.
just a bad idea.
I think it should just be like reduced prices for people who.
It's
Because
a
not
worse-
everyone's gonna drive there anyway, so it's like it would be for people who are around the area.
It's a worse idea than the people who are selling Popeyes at their. And I can
He
make
remembers-
references to old
he remembers
episodes.
it. Hey!
'Cause Steven actually listens to the old
Hey,
episodes.
Okay, all right.
No one else does.
But yeah, it's. I can't say that it's similar.
I think that was your phone.
Yeah, I think. Time to silence. Come on, fellas.
Fellas.
But anyway, I
But
think
anyway.
the Bread Co guys are doing a good thing, and it's a shame that they didn't get enough money. Like, if you can pay, I think you should.
If we have Max Perez on here, you just blame capitalism.
Yeah.
Communism is the truth.
Okay, do we have
I-
anything else to say about
did.
this defunct Bread Co?
Going once, going twice.
Gone.
Yeah.
You missed the going third, so now we just have to talk about it for the rest of the episode. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Way to
okay.
go! Okay,
So
Patrick.
here's the question from. They don't have a name. There is an ad above this question called Treat Type 2 Diabetes, so that's what I'm going to call them. So Treat Type 2 Diabetes asks, why is he being nice now? Steven, you missed out on an awesome joke and you're texting.
I am trying to stay here right now.
Oh, you're trying to
oh,
convince your carpool to let you stay here?
Yes.
Okay.
Gotcha, okay. That's okay. That's
Okay.
Pardon. Okay.
He's,
He's.
parentheses,
Parentheses.
my ex, close parentheses. I can't have you repeating
I'm
that.
not going to.
like you
I
did
was,
when
I, was,
on
I,
the
was,
phone.
I was done after you
Okay.
did that. I'm done. I'm
Okay,
done.
so my ex is constantly staring at me when he sees me, and has started smiling when I see him looking. He also said hi when we ran into each other outside at church. He said it wouldn't work between us, and he wouldn't allow himself to have feelings again because of what I said about his mom's clothes. But he insulted my mom's clothes first. So why does he constantly stare and smile? It's been 3 months since he said that, and no contact. He also fidgets, touches his face, hair, and whatever he does. He's a deacon. He looks over to see if I'm watching. Is this friendly or more? I'm surprised. How can he look so much and hasn't made a move. Been 3 months since what he said. That was in all caps, you think he regrets saying that it wouldn't work between us? I was always the one chasing him lately. He chased me constantly initially, so I don't know if he think I'm gonna be the one to go back, but not happening anymore. Period. But how can he look so much and not make a move? Would he act like this if he didn't want me back? Does he still think I'm gonna chase him? ... Question mark.
Okay, so that was very convoluted.
So apparently, I'm gonna map this out in a way we can understand.
Please do.
We have two young, presumably Christian people in a parish dating. Then they get into an argument about whose mom wears uglier clothes. They break up, and he can't handle it, so he becomes a deacon. But now he might be pining after her, so he's dealing with that by touching his face a lot and staring at her. This is where we're at right now.
Quality content.
This is, okay, so.
I can make a TV show out of this.
What I think, yeah, the Deacon Diaries. All right.
That's actually a good name.
I think he was, wait, it's what?
It's a good name.
Oh,
The
thank you.
Deacon Diaries.
I think the whole time he was a deacon, but anyway, I think.
That's scary.
You gotta go back.
That's kind of
No,
bad.
I don't think he was a deacon the whole time.
Wait, can't deacons? Oh wait.
Well,
They
Let
have
me
to be
fl-
married before.
Let me flashback to sophomore
Yes.
theology.
Yeah,
Deacon Bodeker is married, but he
He was married before he
was
became a deacon.
married before he took deacon. I don't have Deacon Bodeker's phone number, so I can't call him.
Darn. I'll just go grab.
He's been left
grab
by
him.
now.
Ah, you're right. Yeah.
Snap.
Put on
Okay.
that nice leather jacket of his and said, "Have a good night, gentlemen." He's an awesome jacket if you ever see him when he leaves. Anyway, back to this.
Anyway, so so he became a deacon. Let's say he became a deacon after.
He became a deacon. Apparently, he's not over this girl. I'm gonna assume it's a girl because he's a deacon.
Yeah.
Let's
Um,
hope.
Anyway.
It's gonna go bad
Anyway.
if that isn't the case.
Let's keep following that rabbit. No, I'm kidding.
No.
So he became a deacon.
What would you do in this situation?
If I was him, or
If you were the one asking the question. First
Okay.
off, I'd finish high school and learn how to write a sentence.
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
That would, and not all caps random things.
poetry.
But that's
words.
just Yahoo Answers in general.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, if
I
he
think-
really wants to get back together,
Yeah.
I mean, he probably would stop being a deacon.
Maybe 3 months since.
I don't know.
I think he wants her to make the first move, which is kind of weird.
Because he's a deacon.
Well, yeah,
And generally,
and also
girls don't. I mean, that's just usually how it goes. But the way I think the question asker is reading into this too much.
Yeah.
Because
probably
he's being nice to her.
yeah. The nicest is one thing, but this is like staring.
Touching his
fidgeting.
face.
He's touching his face.
Oh,
'cause
man.
No one touches their face, apparently.
Unless they're in love, obviously.
The way I don't know, the way that I read it,
And
like,
it's like, and now I'm chasing after him, apparently? I think they want to,
yeah, I think it's I want you back.
I think they want the deacon back, and they're projecting that onto him.
Yeah, probably just reading into it too much.
You know, we actually took a logical approach to this, figured something out that's probably true, and
What's wrong with this?
I don't know what else to say. I don't have any awful one-liners.
Where did we go wrong?
No, the problem is we went right. That's why we got it quickly.
Steven wins again! Emmanuel, you are losing a lot.
Emmanuel just always
Apparently,
loses, apparently.
apparently.
I'm making these debates shorter and shorter. Say something.
Say something.
Emmanuel loses again.
Okay.
That's
All right.
not actual content.
Okay, wait. Let's see. Is there any? No one responded.
No, this is a very recent question.
Why
'cause-
is he being nice now? He's being nice because he just doesn't want you to feel bad.
Because he's a deacon, and
'Cause
he's
he's a
found the light of Jesus, and he wants to be nice.
He loves everyone now.
Precisely. Yeah, he does that to everyone. He touches his face and fidgets at everyone he looks at.
I'm not sure that's okay.
I mean, I fidget a lot. Did they say fidget spinner? No. Just that he fidgets.
I'm kind of glad about that.
A deacon with a fidget spinner.
I see the fidget spinners.
I'm sure it's
Something about
everywhere.
that sounds unholy.
Fidget spinners everywhere.
Okay, you know what? While we're on the topic of love,
Oh,
I thought you were
my.
going to say while we're on the topic of fidget spinners.
Another rabbit hole that is.
What's the difference, Steven? Really?
You got me. I don't see
Okay,
it.
Podjacks do it.
While we're on the topic of leave,
Louvre.
The
Louvre.
Louvre from
The Louvre.
In France.
I leave the Louvre. We're gonna talk about love for animals, and that sounds weird.
Yeah, I was gonna
Florida
say,
man-
Animal rights.
Florida man breaks into neighbor's home to pet their cat. Is there such
Okay,
a
okay,
thing
wait, can I-
as liking someone's pet too much?
Two things. It's always a Florida man, okay? If you
Yeah,
have a,
it's always Florida.
always a Florida
I'm
man.
getting this off of the Florida man subreddit. So
Boom.
Oh,
Okay.
okay,
Exactly.
no.
Okay. That was low hanging fruit on my part. I'm sorry. But anyway.
Emmanuel loses again.
Okay. You know
You
what?
just can't win.
Maybe I can. Maybe the system is against me
It's all
Why?
rigged.
Because your name starts with E.
because it's not my iPad.
Yes,
That
'cause
too.
his name starts with E. Ethan Schmidt just also has a really hard
Just
life.
me, Ethan, and other Ethans, all the E guys.
E names.
How many people named E are in our class? Emmanuel, Ethan Schmidt.
Ethan
I know a
Hopkins.
senior
Ethan
Ethan.
Hopkins.
He's not in our class.
Junior
Schnubble.
class. Yeah, are there
I
any?
don't know many E's.
We don't have any Erics, do we?
Is there an Evan?
No. I have not heard that name. in
We
a
don't
long
really
time.
have any E's.
Yeah, we don't.
Anyway,
Jesus.
back on the man breaking into his neighbor's house to pet
So it's
their
his
cat.
neighbor's house.
Yeah, so it's not his cat.
Okay, first off, it's breaking and entering. So
Wrong.
breaking
Yes.
in. Okay, obviously.
Depending.
No, just breaking into someone's house.
Unless you're like trying to save their life and
Yeah,
or something.
exactly.
Or like you're trying to save something's
If
life.
there was a fire and he was saving the cat and he just happened to pet it by saving it, while no, there's a fire on the cat and he pet
The
out
fire's
the fire.
on the cat, yes.
He pet out the fire on the cat. Now that would be excusable, but if he's breaking in to pet the cat, there's nothing okay with that.
That rhymed.
Yeah.
Do you think the cat
Yeah.
is cool with it?
Cats are narcissistic. I love cats, I really do, but compared to dogs, they are very narcissistic and like
Well, I'm pretty sure you're a narcissist, Steven, because later you're going to listen to this episode that you're on.
oh, I know I'm a narcissist.
Oh,
Oh, I know.
I think I'm smart enough to figure that one out.
Clever guy.
They're so narcissistic. They see like, what do you do? No.
Yeah.
They see like the owners as like they're the owners of their human.
My human.
Oh, I thought you were talking about this dude.
No.
I was like, whoa, Steven.
No, but
That guy is a narcissist.
They would like they'd be like, yes, servant, come pet me. Like they wouldn't mind someone petting them, honestly. Well, I mean, then again, a dog wouldn't mind it either. It's just something good, and it's wholesome, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, not the breaking and entering part.
Oh no, that part's completely fine. No. But I think the cat doesn't really take into account like I doubt they take into account someone breaking in.
I don't
Maybe
think
if it was a
I don't
dog.
think the cat understands morality.
Because if it was a
And
dog,
that's why we need to get more cats listening to the show, Steven. They need to
enlighten
understand.
them.
See,
We need to
if I
indoctrinate
wasn't
them.
here, I feel like you guys would have devolved into talking about cat morality.
Well, you are here, and we've already done that, so.
I think
Not
we
really.
would've-
We haven't discussed it fully.
I
Like,
think
Alright.
we would have still been on the Organians if you weren't.
Yeah,
you might.
because I wouldn't have had someone,
Organ-
I wouldn't have had two people to cover the conversation while I looked for Yahoo.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah. Butterfly effect. Am I right?
Emmanuel, just monologuing for like 10 minutes while Patrick scrambles to find something.
Who's Patrick?
I keep doing it every time. Patrick, and I know.
I was like, Patrick Grinder's not here.
That's what I was thinking.
If Patrick
you
Grinder was
know,
here, Emmanuel
you know
would
what
have
I
to
mean.
monologue.
You know how bad I am at.
That's okay.
I'm bad
Anyway,
at names in general.
it's okay, Steven. But
It's okay, Stefan.
That doesn't honestly bother me. You think you've heard me.
It's okay, Steph. Stephanie.
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 I've heard
Patri-
Stephanie
Patricia?
Pocahontas. That's what
Pocahontas.
I called you Pocahontas in freshman year.
You're not original.
I don't know why I stopped.
Snuffleupagus is my
Oh
favorite.
no, I said that once. And then you were like, people in grade school called me that, and it really hurt. And then I kept calling you that. I would have totally forgot.
Screw
Brian
cat
Venhouse
brain.
was one of those people, but I didn't really.
Brian?
Yeah.
You went to
That
the
sounds
same-
just like Brian.
Yeah, okay,
Brian went to your grade school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy, right?
Snuffleupagus, isn't that?
He went to Zach
that's
Tibbert.
That
Sesame
was
Street,
Lux.
Isn't that?
Yeah, that's from Sesame Street, but that was Joe Lux.
Yeah.
Did you guys all go to the same grade school?
No, Tibergen and I went to a different grade school then.
Yeah, I wish I could have been in the same grade. That would have been
I
awesome.
don't know if you do.
Ed,
Was Tibbs a jerk,
Yeah.
or was Tibergen a jerk in grade school?
Why did you assume this?
No, it's a fair thing.
That's true. That's true.
He
There's
was-
a lot of jerky people
he was-
in grade school.
Well, yeah, our grade school particularly like that.
I was a jerk in grade school.
Yeah, I think everyone was jerking in grade school. Like
I
me
think
and
grade school
No, I
are
was the one.
jerks.
I was the one having been jerked to. And then
I think grade schools are just jerks.
I mean,
Yeah, that's a general. I think.
yeah, I think a lot of people were.
Anyway.
I became a jerk because.
But
it
are
was
they enough of a jerk
People acted like a jerk.
Yeah,
to
like, harden
break
your
into
heart.
someone's house to pet their cat?
I don't.
Oh, yeah,
know.
we're
I don't.
talking-
No, I think that means you're so wholesome. You're willing to break all barriers just to pet a cat.
Yes, that's what
Including
we
locked
need.
doors.
That might be a little bit on the
That's what
insane
we
side.
need.
It's like a little bit overzealous.
How
and
many
insane,
times
but-
do you have to break into someone's house to pet their cat before the cat just becomes your cat?
12.
How many licks does it take to get this?
How many looks does the cat have to give you on your hand to become?
No, silly. The cat licks itself.
That is true.
No, they do lick your hand though.
This is
I
a
think dogs
school podcast, Stephen. Let's keep it appropriate.
What? I think you made it worse by like drawing attention to it.
Yeah,
If
I
you
know.
go that way, you'd never want to point it out. But anyway, it's terrible what he did, and he should feel bad. End of story.
Breaking into someone's house
To pet a cat.
I'm trying to think of a pun with breaking and entering, but I can't think of anything.
More like baking and entering
What?
cookies.
More like.
What if someone broke into someone else's house to bake cookies for them?
Or like non sequitur.
More like
It's sort of related. I mean, not really, but.
breaking and entering. I don't know. Is that fair? I just
again!
I just shoved purr onto something. Like I
Yeah.
don't know if that counts.
No,
It's not
I
an
mean,
actual pun.
It wasn't. It was no. Forget it.
If it was really cold, I would say breaking and entering.
Oh man, we're on
But
a roll.
it's
aren't
Florida. And
Yeah,
That's true.
There's
the
no such
only
thing as
cold
snow
in
in Florida.
Florida is in these people's hearts.
Well,
The
no,
people who
actually,
arrested this man for-
actually, if the snow front doesn't change, they're supposed to get a lot of inches of snow, maybe up to a foot, on the east coast line, and it actually goes all the way down to Florida. I watched the weather.
Thanks, Steven. Apparently we're a weather podcast now.
Watch Channel 5 News.
What?
Oh, are you another local news person trying to get on the podcast? Get out of here.
Shout out to my boy Scott.
Where's my broom? They're like rats. Yeah, would you break into someone's house to pet their cat?
This cat
I
would
mean,
have to
I
be like
really
the
like
best
cats.
cat.
Would you break into someone's cat to pet their house?
Yes.
I'm
Wait.
not sure how to interpret
No.
that question.
No, I
Well,
would.
no, I understand.
The only way to get the house in prime shape for launching at Russia is to pet it. To do that, you have to
Why
break into the
Why
cat.
Russia of all things?
Because it was Russia in the Panera Bread joke. I don't know.
Obviously, they're the number
You
one
gotta pay
ally
attention.
to Oregon.
Yes, Russia, Oregon,
Darn you, Oregon.
they both have an R in the word. And
And
an A.
And they both don't end with B.
I'm taking Mr. Page's role. I'm dying a little inside.
Yeah, we really needed a third person.
Yeah.
To die inside. Yeah, it's a specific role, you know.
Steven didn't bring a Bible to hide inside.
Yeah,
Rookie
he didn't
mistake.
bring the protection.
Oh my god.
That's actually a good Mr.
Guys.
Page impression.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
That's kind of weird.
Mr. Policonis, Mr. Page, they both have P.
Mr. Pageaconis.
So I think that Steven is
Crazy
just
Mr. Page.
Steven is just a reincarnated version of Mr. Page from Mexico. He just astral projected himself. You notice how Steven and Mr. Page are never in the same room at the same time? Steven is just an astral projection of Mr. Page. Boom. They both have glasses.
I'm proud of Mr. Page, even though I am Mr. Page.
I'm not going to
proud
run
of
with
him
this
for
joke because
learning how
Mr.
to-
Page and I have a joke that I am Mr. Page. Because we're also
Oh,
pretty
wait,
similar.
yeah. Oh yeah, you guys both have P and both have glasses. Also.
I think the first thing that made him go, well, one, his hair gets curly if it gets too long. And I don't know if Steven's does.
My
And
middle name is James.
we're both missing
I'm trying to compete. Get to me.
No! Mr.
No,
Page
I'm
and I-
Mr. Page.
Mr. Page and I both still have a baby tooth because we're missing the adult tooth that would come in and knock it out.
Really?
It's just like
Oddly
never
specific.
never showed up.
Just isn't there, like we were born without it.
That's interesting.
The fact that you were able to get that in conversation somehow
Yeah.
makes it like I'm proud of your.
I don't
of your
remember
talk-
how he
of your
brought it
That's
talking
impressive.
skills, your conversing skills that you managed to somehow maneuver.
Well, I
the
do host a
conversation.
podcast, Steven, so thank you very much. I'm good at conversations. I'm also good at condescending
Yes.
conversations.
Yes.
Excuse me.
In case you didn't pick up on that.
No.
You probably wouldn't.
You fool.
You plebeian.
You plebeian.
You pheasant.
Pheasant.
Fool.
It's fool and pheasant mixed together. Also birds.
You just say fool and pheasant.
You
It's
fool-
fool and peasant.
No, fool and pheasant.
No.
Fool and pheasant.
What
would
happens
be
when you mix
Fool
the,
and pheasant. Pheasant.
pheasant with an F?
What happens when you mix the first letter of fool with the rest of pheasant? Pheasant.
He's not wrong.
God, get on my level, Steven.
Mind blown.
There's a reason.
This is why
I
he's
host,
an intellectual.
This is the reason I host the podcasts.
You host the podcasts, more like co-hosts the podcasts.
Yeah, well, Mr. Page is in here, so it's
I
kind
mean,
of
whose iPad is it?
Okay.
Whose iPad is it?
Okay.
just being really mean today. Can I see this?
You can't see it.
You're breaking and entering his personal space.
Maybe there's a cat in here, and I want to pet it.
You know, that makes it okay. So.
To anyone
Yeah,
who's wondering,
go-
I'm playing with Steven's phone case.
Yeah, but going back to the actual question, I know that's something you really rarely do on this.
Why would I have to
show.
clarify that? for anyone?
Okay.
Because the only one who's
you
going to
like
listen
it?
to this is Steven, and Steven would know what I'm doing.
There's like 2 other people.
Hey,
Maybe.
his mom sometimes listens to it, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you lied.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, my mom listened to the first one,
It was
and
a
then she's
joke.
like, I'm sorry, honey, they're like an hour long. I don't have the time.
See, what I'm saying is that we should get like a Spotify or SoundCloud so people can listen to them while they're doing it.
Probably SoundCloud because it's really hard to get anything on Spotify.
Is it? Whoa. Jinx.
It's more work than SoundCloud because SoundCloud's
Yeah,
like
SoundCloud
just,
is really
you're just
easy.
creating an account basically and
Yeah.
then posting.
Isn't SoundCloud like dying?
Is it?
I thought I heard that.
I think that's just what they said because like. I don't
Or was
know,
that just
probably
some
like
clickbait I
the
saw?
main SoundCloud rappers were getting off of it, but that's
SoundCloud rappers.
You mean Chance the Rapper and some others?
yeah, basically.
Oh, your phone vibrated. I should stop playing with it.
Right, but
Anyway, what were we talking
oh yeah, a cat.
about? A cat.
You have 3 new voicemails.
Okay.
John Summers, IKEA inmate.
Yes,
Somebody
it's a
use
long
messages.
story. Do you want me to go into a rant about how he got the name John Summers IKEA inmate 5987?
Oh, I thought IKEA inmate was the group name of that. No, but do tell. Do tell. This will be a nice bookend to our podcast because
Yeah.
we're almost done.
All right, so basically, it was a really long time ago, probably freshman year, I think, when we first created this group chat of like 8 people.
And
we're
they
st-
didn't invite me, and
Or
I still
me.
hung out with all you guys back then. I mean, evidently, I still hang out with you, but
I didn't know who Jack Summers was freshman year, so it's okay.
I knew him as Ajo Pato Guapísimo because that was his name in Spanish, and that's his name in my contacts.
That's so.
What is
Yeah,
that?
it means very scary garlic duck. Very
would choose
something garlic
like
duck.
He would totally choose something like that.
And Ms. Alvarado was like, all right, you can do that, but you're going to have to
Okay.
write that out on every assignment.
Deal.
And he did. Like the very scary garlic duck he is.
All right, so I think yeah. All right, so I was at IKEA and
As you are.
As people do.
I go there a lot.
Really.
Yeah,
I've never been in there.
it's nice.
I've heard a song about it.
I have not had their Swedish meatballs, but I've heard they're very good. I need to have them though, just because it's a
If
thing.
you, if you ever
know?
get them, get
Oh,
me
that's
some.
what this is.
All right.
Yeah, you didn't know it was a
it's
stand?
like 3 days old or something. I give it to you.
Like,
Here you
oh
go.
yeah. I
Well, they
didn't
had to
forget.
bring them from Sweden, and Sweden's far away.
I don't think that's
It's
how it
right
works.
next to Russia.
I really don't think that's how it works.
It's not even.
So I was trapped in IKEA. Like that was like one of the first times I'd gone to IKEA since it had been built. My parents were going, and like I was like really bored because it was like I didn't realize how many like cool things I could get for my room that I could waste my money.
Bucko.
On. Like now I have a bunch of lamps and tables and stuff.
Like, there's nothing else.
And they're not even fully built.
There's
They're, all,
not
they're
even-
still in pieces everywhere.
Yeah, they're just in, no, they're actually in the boxes because I just saw the instructions. I'm like, I'm done with this. No, like I was trapped there, and so I'm like, oh man, I'm so bored, and so I got on my phone, and I started writing a diary as if I was trapped in IKEA, and I was just lost in there, couldn't find a way out because it is huge, and
I'm still
honestly,
waiting to hear how this relates to Jack Summers.
all right, so I'm like day 1, blah blah blah, got lost in IKEA, and further down the line, I didn't write this many, but I did end up at like day 503.
You just
I-
made it part of the lore that this guy was in there for 503
Yeah,
days.
yeah.
I get it.
World building is very important.
But I wrote far too many of those. I'm not proud of it, but I'm also kind of proud of it.
I'm very proud of it. Just knowing you. someone who does that.
Thank you.
We should read them on the podcast.
And,
next week.
John Summers and Jack Kloss started joining in, writing their own little
Classic Jackless.
diaries, and we ended up coming up with IKEA inmate names because we're basically prisoners in IKEA. I don't remember what mine is offhand, but I kept John's. I don't know why, but I'm still happy that I have it. And I'm never
what
gonna
was it?
IKEA inmate 5987. And for a while, I actually just had it solely as that without his name, and I got really confused from time to time as to who was calling me if he ever called me.
IKEA.
I'm gonna
Like,
start calling
why
him
is
5987.
Yeah.
He probably won't recognize the number. You're gonna have to preface it with IKEA inmate first.
Okay. Did you guys know each other in grade school?
No, I wish that would have been fun.
You're just
I
chums.
would have learned about
People
Reddit
can be
far.
chums.
I would have learned about Reddit far earlier, and I would have been so happy.
Yeah.
Reddit is my source of joy. Besides God, of course.
You know, we, myself, Max Perez, Pietro, we did something kind of similar to that. Not really, but we would write little
Transition.
things. So we had Madame Bernard's old typewriter in the gadfly room for like
Oh yeah.
a couple weeks. I don't know what ever happened to that. I guess they gave it back to her.
Maybe.
Typewriters are awesome.
They're
And
overrated.
so Max and Pietro would write like they came up with two fictional countries in a like in a world where there are like three countries, and it's like there's like a
1984.
no.
I haven't read it.
Anyway, they'd be like, oh, we need to. Oh no, and so they'd be like, one of them would pretend to be like the agent on the field, and the other one would pretend to be like sending them messages and like giving them directions from like an office. And then I joined in by writing as someone who broke into the office in search of food because it was a really poor country and stole the typewriter. So
Jeez.
that's what, and that went on for like a week, and then we got rid of the typewriter and stopped doing it. But yeah, it was fun.
What a blast. That I wasn't a part of at all.
Yeah.
Now I have to talk about a story from my past.
Oh yeah?
I mean, it's not like it's that far in the past, though. It's like
It's the past, Steven.
It's lore, Steven.
The past has passed.
it's lore.
Yeah, the
It's like
past
a
is the
wiki
past.
a wiki page for all this, you know,
There is a wiki page.
for the podcast.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, yes.
Yes. Don't worry.
God, it's a secret. Not even Mr. Page knows about it.
What's a story?
Emmanuel, if you don't have a story, it's fine.
I'm
Alright.
actually not good at telling stories. I don't know.
This
why.
is over an
I've got
hour,
a
so
story.
Why did I put myself up to this?
I don't know.
I think we're about done
Is that
here.
Jack?
Yes, it is.
His carpool is probably getting very antsy,
Yes.
so we should probably finish up. So
Shout out to
thanks-
Steven's carpool for being so cool with this.
I kind of want to do an Alex Jones impression to finish this off like it's InfoWars, but I'm way too lazy.
Go for it. Go for it.
No, I don't.
Do it. Do it.
You
Do
can't
it.
just say that and then not do it.
No, but like, there's nothing appropriate that he says.
Just every fourth word.
You think of something appropriate that he says that's funny, and I will do it.
You know, you got me, Steven.
Just get rid. Okay. Just get rid of the every fourth word.
No,
That won't.
Making the frogs happy.
no, stop.
Turn the frogs! Just random shouting.
All right, thank you for listening, Steven,
Yeah.
because you're going to be the only one who listens to it.
Oh my god.
Share it with your friends.
We always get like 10 views, and I have no idea
Yeah,
who.
seriously, that's to
Who is
happen.
viewing this?
Because I know it's not my parents.
Watch it be Mr. Page.
You think Mr. Page watches himself die inside?
No,
or,
he
or you guys
Told
rant
people
about
not
stuff
to
like-
watch this.
No,
Guys, don't watch it.
it's all just a facade.
Okay, everybody. Everyone, and I mean everyone.
All one of you.
Thanks for watching. We
Ugh.
will see you next week.
Yeah.
Merch in the bio.
And
Yeah.
Like and comment.
Oh yeah. Don't forget to check your pulse.
there it is. Thank
Happy
you.
New Year.
Happy New Year.